Well, guys, how's it going today? So, yeah, somebody just started bailing here, and it started raining. Not surprising anymore. So, yeah, he just shut her down because the engine's still hot. But yeah, you can tell he got pretty soaked. It looks like he's... So far, it looks like I see 2 bales, but... soaked. And they really weren't even calling for any fucking rain today. And you can see that's a rainstorm coming. So, yeah, that's not going to get bailed now until probably Monday. Now, there's 3 bales. I see 3 bales so far. 4 over there. Well, he must have just started because I only see 1 round made. But this is such crap, you know. It's like all you're trying to do is get done, you know. It's like it's all I want to get done is done. All I want to do is I want to see fucking bales made. And they were not calling for this crap. Not earlier in the day they weren't. But we got more coming. And I got my tractor windows open. I don't know if that's going to hit us or not, but since I'm here, I'm going to probably shut my tractor windows. Even though it's only going to be a 40% chance in the next hour, which I'm guessing is probably that. Even you can see that it's coming down. It just pisses me off. It's like every time we try to get work done at this place, mostly our fucking place, it rains. It fucking rains every time. It's not the young guy's fault. I'm not blaming him, so don't think I'm blaming him. I'm blaming Mother Nature because she does not know how to fuck off. We had a good week of drying weather. Okay, well, all those days were spent putting all this hay on the ground. You know, and then you need 2, 3, maybe 4 days of drying time to dry this damn fucking shit. And I think he was saying that he kind of wanted to get done with this place today. You know, or at least get a large percentage of it done. Well, how can you when it's doing this shit? And I see a few bales made. I see a few here and there. So he's been here a little bit anyway, but this is just getting to be. That's what came over us just now. We got this crap coming. Oh, you can see it in the distance. It's raining. And I talked to the young guy. He says he's got 2 balers going now. Well, he had 2. He bought another 855. He's got that on the Magnum. But he can't use it because it broke down. He says the only reason why that one's going there is because it's got all new parts put in it. So, but yeah, it's not going to do any good to come back later tonight and try to bail. Because it says it's going to rain again. It's going to rain until 7 o'clock. I'm not even going to make it home before it rains on me. Gosh, fucking damn, this is such bullshit. Now our hay's going to be even all the more shittier because it got rained on. I mean, one raining probably won't hurt it. But if it keeps raining, it's going to beat it down into the ground. And then it's going to start molding underneath. So, and he can't rake it because his rake is broken. He doesn't have a rake anymore. He says it was smarter to run 2 balers instead of a rake and 1 baler. So, no, you know what? I think that might actually miss us. I think it's going. I mean, we're still going to get a little bit of it. I can hear it coming down now. Yeah. So we're going to get nicked a little bit here. I'm going to get wet. I'm not even going to make it to the yard. See, this is what I got to put up with, guys. The only place I'm going to find coverage now is next to the tractor, because I'm not going to make it to the yard. Unless I want to get soaked on the way there. I mean, the yard's right over there. But, yeah. This weather's just pissing me off. I mean, he got a lot of baling done yesterday and last night. He was here till about, well, he baled till about 10 o'clock. And then we got to yakking, and then his friends, a couple of his workers, came down too and started yakking, and before you know it, everybody's bullshitting with each other and whatever else. Here comes that rain. This is my only cover. I'm not going to make it to the yard. I'm going to get soaked. You know, and I left the tractor windows open because I figured, well, they were saying no rain for quite a while. Well, that's bullshit. You know, it's like, I just can't get nothing done. You know, and what was so stupid too is that, I mean, it's not his fault, but, you know, he bought another 855. He says it's a little bit newer than this one, and it broke down on him. He says the main chain is bad. Like, well, that sucks. Like, you know, 2 balers going, that's pretty good. Look at the rain. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it'll clear up in a few minutes, I bet. The wind is something else too. You get a wind out of this. The phone's, you know, pretty waterproof, so I'm not too worried about my phone, but I'm not waterproof. Well, I mean, technically I am, but I don't like getting wet. Just look at it roll off the fender, the water. It's dripping on my arm and everything. Unreal. It's fucking rain. But yeah, so we're done for today then. Or I guess he's done for today. You're not gonna get to keep going now. I mean, I would have liked to have seen our hay baled. Well, he said that there was a slight error, which, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but when he was talking, the young guy here was talking to his, I guess it would be his second oldest son that was cutting hay. He was actually supposed to come here first to do our hay. And then he'll bale it, so then, you know, that we're done. Because technically, our farm, or our field, is the biggest field in this town. Everything else is much smaller than that. And he likes to do all the big fields first, so I guess we qualify as the biggest field around, you know, for what he does. And yeah, but anyways, he was supposed to have come here first and cut this, so that he could come here first and bale. But that didn't happen. I guess he misunderstood him, and he thought that he was supposed to go to the cemetery and cut that piece first. Well, it's not a huge deal. I mean, again, shit happens, so, you know, I'm not going to cry about it. I mean, hay gets baled when it gets baled, but you know, when you got freaking rain coming, still raining by the way, it's not as bad. You know, I don't know. It's just getting to be ridiculous. You just can't get nothing done. I mean, we were going pretty freaking good there yesterday. I mean, he was going pretty much all day. He would have still been here at noon. Well, he was here because he finished that piece over there. There's a piece by this yellow house. He finished that, and I was there talking to him. He was at the time he was about halfway done with that, but then he got a call saying that he had to go home because one of his cows was sick and he had to take care of that real quick. So he had to stop baling. So I imagine he lost a couple hours of baling time there. And then, well, obviously now he came back and he baled a few anyway, but yeah. I don't know, is it still raining? It seems like the wind picked up. Still spitting a little bit. It ain't bad, I guess. He didn't even get time to clean off the baler. That's bullshit, though. I mean, when you just can't get nothing done, you know. Look at the corner of his cabs. Whew. Well, that was one thing I was going to look at, too. Since I'm here, I'll look at it. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Well, he's got a different antenna on here now for his radio. But that mount right there, that silver mount, I think that's what his ham radio antenna was attached to. It looks like he's not using it now. But see, my antenna is mounted to the rain guarder, so he bolted his directly to the curvy part of the cab. But it don't matter because the rain guarder is attached to that anyway. It's all just one big piece. They formed it as one big piece. So there's no difference. So it should... So no matter what, it should still... you know, it should still ground to the cab regardless. And that's what it looks like it's doing. So... Except he's not using it anymore. He's got this other antenna there now. But the antenna's not attached. But yeah, son of a bitch. But yeah, I know I think it was AJ that was saying that we should just rent his stuff out. You know, like I use my tractor, but use his stuff. Well, you really can't do that because he doesn't really trust us, which I don't blame him. I wouldn't trust my stuff to other people either. So I don't blame him on that. But I think another thing too is that this baler has a monitor. You know, and his monitor is actually right there in the window. But he has his wiring routed to how he likes it, and having to move it all from one tractor to another, you know, he doesn't want to do that. So he is talking about retiring this baler because it's old. It's got a lot of bales on it. So he got a newer 855, but that's on the Magnum as of right now in the shop being repaired. But see, his baler's got the auto wrap feature on it, which is what I'm looking for too. And I found two balers. Kinda. I found two 855s. I found an 853, but the young guy says to stay away from them because they're not American, they're foreign. But to me, I don't know if I would really care. An 853 or up is what I want. I'd rather prefer an 855. Or if I want to go a lot newer, I was going to go with the BR 7080, I think it was, or a 7060, something in that range, you know, a BR series. So, and all those balers I looked at, all of them that I looked at had the auto wrap feature or the auto tie. This is not net, this is just twine. Which I didn't even know you could get, I guess with these older balers, you can get the net wrap option now. I don't know if they just, I didn't think they made such a thing back in the day. I thought it was just strictly a twine, but I don't know, unless somebody's come up with something now where you want net wrap in your older balers, you can get them now. But the young guy says not to use net wrap because they don't work here in the wintertime. Here in the snow belt, they, what's that noise? Sounds like running water. He says that the net wrap freezes to the ground and then you have a hard time getting them off. So I think I'll just do myself a favor. Now the BR series balers, they have the option of net wrap or twine. Well, this is just strictly twine. So that's what we want, because twine's cheaper than net wrap. If I was doing alfalfa, I honestly think I would use net wrap then, because it adds a little bit extra layer of protection to the bale. But I think if you wanted true protection, your best bet would be to put them in a building or put them under a tarp. Or they have another option now where it puts on a little bit of net wrap and then it puts a big layer of rubber around it now. That's the newer stuff from John Deere. I don't know who else is doing it. But that puts a big chunk of rubber around it and then another couple layers of twine. So it basically makes your bales waterproof. So that's an option too, but I'm not doing any of that. I'm just going to do twine. There's no sense to any of that other crap. If you're doing high-end grass, you probably would want to stick with net wrap, but since this here is low quality bullshit, well, why waste twine or waste net wrap on it? You know. But anyways, AJ was saying to just rent out his stuff, I guess. Well, the thing is, he wouldn't do that. I don't think he would trust me, you know, to run his stuff. You know, even though I would take care of it, I'm not going to abuse it because it's not mine, so I can't abuse it. The tractor I could abuse because the 1586 is mine, so I can abuse that if I want. But if he was to let me borrow his baler, then obviously I would baby the baler because it's not mine. I'm not gonna goof him up, so because I don't want to have a big giant repair bill. So, obviously I would have to baby the baler, but the tractor, you can abuse that. Another thing is, you would still have to pay him. Because you're renting his stuff, and he would want probably something for it. And I think he said that to run this baler for one day, it would cost about $300 or $400 for just one day to keep that baler going. Well, that's a lot of money. That's not including the tractor. That's just, apparently it's just including, it's just a baler. So, but again, it's, we're not going to rent, equipment from other people. I wouldn't rent my stuff out to anybody else because you don't know how they're going to treat it. You'd just be asking, you would just be asking for trouble doing that. So it's just not going to work. Renting somebody else's stuff, I'll rather just stay away with that. Unless he's okay with it. I mean, if he's okay with it, fine. But I'm not going to beg him. I'm not going to ask him. Unless if I had a baler and it broke down and I needed my hay baled right away, if I paid him, he probably would come and bale it for me. He would bale it for me if I had a major breakdown and I couldn't finish baling. I'm sure he would, come over here and bale in for me. But especially now since he's got two balers, well, just send one this way, and finish baling for me. But No, I'd rather just get my own stuff. That way I can treat it my way. I can, I can abuse it and not get yelled at. The only person that can blame me is me. If it's my baler, well, if I break it, that's on me. That's not on somebody else. So, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah. But yeah, I've been looking at balers. I haven't really looked at any cutters as of yet. The one that he just picked up, the one that was here, because it was not his Case International. He's got a Case International, and then he's got a Versatile 400 self-propelled, which that one's wore out, but he still uses it here and there. And then he picked up that newer McDon, which is what was here that day. And I never got a chance to look at it because it wasn't here long enough, and I didn't want to. Plus, the young kid, the kid was doing it, and I didn't want to bother him because he'll think that I want to talk to him or something. I just want to look at his mower. So I didn't want to send a missed signal or something. So I just kind of stayed away. I kind of peeked over the dike every now and then just to see what he was up to, but I didn't want to bother him. So. But yeah, that's the problem. But yeah, if I had my own stuff, it would be the best thing to do. Because then I wouldn't have to rely on him then. And then. It would just be it'd just be less crap to deal with. He wouldn't have to come here. Just you really can't say that. You can't tell me that this is a nice picture right here. I mean, you got a 1086. Not a picture if it was my 1586, and then you got an 855 round baler. Picture that as my baler. It's like. Got a pretty good setup. I've seen some people, they run an 855 and they got it hooked to a John Deere tractor. It's actually kind of, it's alright. It's kind of hilarious because you got red on green. It's like here at least you got red on red. It kind of matches. So, but yeah, the only reason why I've also looked at. Well, for cheaper balers anyway, it's the New Hollands. New Holland balers are always cheaper unless you go with a brand new one, but I'm not doing that. I've been thinking about, I've looked at a couple of John Deeres. I think the one I was looking at was a 568 or a 569 or something like that. It's a little bit older baler, like a 2010 or something, but they're nice balers, but they're a lot more than New Holland. And just for our size of farm, we don't need nothing fancy. It's like, yeah, we don't need nothing fancy. As long as it gets the fucking job done, I think that's really all that should matter. But yeah. But yeah, anyways, I guess, like I said, the balers, it has to have the auto tie set up on it. I don't want a manual, because that's what the old timer had. Of course, now his baler was a lot smaller. His was an 851, so it was a smaller baler, but the thing is too, with the 855s, you can still get the manual tie, but I just find that one to be slower, and then you have to do pretty much double the work because you have to move a freaking valve all the time, operate a hydraulic valve to tie. It's like, you got that little box right there, little control box, little computer, and it kind of just does that for you. It still has these monitors still have the manual pretty much override, so you could do it by hand if you wanted to. If you wanted to do it manually, but you wouldn't do it with a valve. You would do it with a little button. But his broke the auto tie button, so I don't know if he's ever fixed it yet, but I know the last time I was in his baler or in his tractor, he had another switch, another toggle switch that he wired into that, and I don't know if he ever fixed that yet. It doesn't even look like he did, but I mean, because I guess it blew out on him or something, and he didn't want to send it in, so. But yeah. But I like this 1086. His 1086 is the cat's meow, only because he's got what I want. Well, it's got multiple things that I want. You probably can't see in there. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but he's got triple remotes. I have that, but they're not extended like his are. I want to extend mine, but I don't know how to do that. And then the number one thing that I want is right there. That guy right there. That freaking steering. He's got the tilt steering kit in this fucking thing. It's just like, and my tractor don't even have it. You know, it's like I got the fixed steering thing, and it's like, well, I can't get in. You know, the problem with my tractor, now apparently his doesn't have this, but I have the hydraulic seat. I think he's just got the spring seat, which is, you know, like just a standard seat kind of thing. But anyways, with the hydraulic seat, what I've noticed with mine is if you don't sit on it for a while, the seat actually rises up. Which is, I don't know why you think it would go down, but I don't know, but anyways, my seat actually rises, and since I have the fixed steering in mine, it's like there's that much gap between the seat and the steering wheel, and I have to get my big man-sized legs through that. You know, it's like, holy shit. So that's why I want to find a tilt steering for my tractor. I don't know if they're out there. I'm sure you could probably find them at a salvage yard or something, but I don't know. You wouldn't really find them at Case IH anymore. You might get lucky if you do, but yeah. When he was talking about getting that Magnum, I thought he said that he was going to, you know, retire this thing. He was going to park it and get rid of it or whatever. And I'm thinking, well, if you're going to get rid of it, sell it to me. I mean, there's not much wrong with it. It's still got a powerful engine, because the engine's been rebuilt, or it's been upgraded or whatever. And there's one thing about here, he says that his is, I've got to look here, but he says his is straight piped. Yep, I got rain on me. Yep, his is straight piped. His tractor's straight piped because it has that elbow under it. Doesn't have the big muffler. So that's another thing I want to do with mine too, is I want to straight pipe it. Gives him more of a growl, especially out of the tip. So, but I imagine for a tilt steering kit, it would cost, you know, a few $100s, and then probably another couple $100 to get it shipped here. And then I'd have to try to see if I could get the young guy to install it for me, because I wouldn't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'd rather have him do it. I don't want to bother him with it, but I know that at least it would get done correctly, because from what he says, he's actually worked at a International Harvester dealer back in the day when he was, I guess, going to school or whatever. He was working at an actual International Harvester dealer, but then, you know, they went out of business and switched over to Case IH or whatever the hell it was that they did. So so he knows a lot about these old Internationals. So, I mean, he can tear these fucking things apart, and, you know, so he's very smart at what he does. That's why I wish he wasn't so damn busy, because if I had problems, you know, with my 1586, then I could rely on somebody, you know, and it wouldn't cost me as much. You know, if you go to a dealer, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Well, with him, he might just want a couple $100 worth of labor, you know, and then whatever, well, for the parts, I'd probably pay for that myself. But, you know, he'd be more reasonable than a dealer or something. You know, a dealer would rip you off. So, but yeah, that's what's going on. And another thing is too, well, we'll get into that in the next video. I'm not going to bother you guys now with that. Maybe I'll make a separate video on that deal, but that's what's going on. Hay was getting baled, but it got rained on, so had to park it. Bullshit, but what are you going to do? So, anyways, guys, I guess I'm taking off, so I guess have a good day and stuff, so yeah. Take her easy, guys.